Welcome back. We are in the beautiful Isolo Ranch area in Madagascar. I'm sorry, I must apologize for the delay in these tapings. As you can imagine, being kind of out of the way, we've had major trouble with Wi-Fi. We try to tape, it goes off, we try again. So here we are. I just want to give you a little pan of the beautiful area we're looking at. There's a national park in the area. Can't beat it for lemurs and chameleons and a lot of history. And Shelley, in the next day or so, we'll share some of those stories. We spend a lot of time in the car, so we learn a lot about the local life and have a lot of observations that I'd like to share with you today, maybe the top 10 once again. And the best thing that we have found that the people are very hard workers. It's all about rice. No matter where we go, there are rice fields. Some of them are flat ground, some of them are tiered, like you'd see in Bali or in India or in China, Thailand, that type of thing. Rice is all about life. 75% of the Malagasy people are farmers, so it's not unusual to find them in the fields. They're very, very hard workers. The women are bent down constantly, picking up and replanting the rice plants. And the men work with the zebu, the cow that we talked about the other day. And the cow, or the zebu, walks along the ground and loosens the soil so the women can plant the seed and the plant. And what she does is she uses her thumb. And the depth of the thumb is how deep you put the rice plant. And it's planted and it's replanted back and forth constantly. These people work from early in the morning till late at night for $2 a day. It's pretty amazing. When they're done with the plants, when the rice is ready, it's pulled out of the ground, and they use a mortar and pestle to kind of beat it down, and then they use a machine to take the husks off. Then it's ready to go. 10% stay in the village. The rest of it goes to the major cities, or it's exported to Asia, to Africa, to India. But it's really quite a feat. No matter what you see, it's rice out the window. So I'm going to show you a couple still photos of what we see as we're driving past these beautiful tiered rice fields. The next couple photos we're going to show you is how they build their houses here. They're very smart. They take advantage of the sun. So if you come up to one of these brick, or they look like stucco or adobe type houses, there are only windows on the west side. And it looks kind of strange. You drive up and there's nothing there except a building. And you go around the other side, you'll see a balcony, you'll see windows, you'll see a door. They do that to take advantage, as I said, of the sun, of the warmth, and the light. It's pretty clever. With no local supermarkets, market day is a big thing. No matter where we go, we'll see hordes of people all gathered around small stalls, people selling items on the street, whether it's fruits or vegetables or clothing or car parts, whatever. So market day is very important, usually one day a week. In fact, some of the cities are named after the market day. You'll drive into a city, and the Malagasy language, it'll say Tuesday, and that's the name of the city, because that, or the town, village, because that's the day that they have their market. So we're going to show you a little video of driving through one of these towns during market day, and you can see all the activity, all the people. The women come in their best dressed outfits. It's a big day. It's kind of a day of celebration, and to meet with the neighbors and the village. It's quite an event. So enjoy this video.
How they are dressing here, the people start from this area, Amurmania. See this guy? What they are got around their shoulder?
Yeah.
It's kind of scarf. This is called the lamba. In fact, all around Madagascar we use this lamba. It just depends on where is the place where you are. Here they're using that like a blanket. When they are cold, they wrap their body with it, like this guy. If it's very warm, they just use that as a scarf here, or they put on their shoulder. For the women, they use that as a skirt, like this, the blue one or the purple color. So for them, they can use that for carrying baby, or when they are from the market and they put something above their head.
We learned a little bit about one of the practices of the Barrow people. It's called a Malagasy rodeo, very similar to our rodeos in the States, but this is a little bit different because it's once a year. It's a rite of passage for the young men, or the boys becoming young men. What they'll do is take a zebu and pen it in a very short, small area, and they'll kind of work the animal up into a frenzy. Then the young boy will jump onto the back of the zebu, hold on to the hump, and try to stay on as long as he can without getting injured. With the zebu height about 3 meters, it's a pretty hard fall if you do fall or if you get gored. So it really shows the bravery of the young boy. Quite important in the culture. The next thing we learned is that education is not mandatory. Kids do not have to go to school. So even in the capital of Tana, 15% of the population are illiterate. It makes it pretty hard for kids. When you go into the rural areas, the kids are working the fields at a very young age. They're also working to help their family. They may sell some mangoes or charcoal along the side of the road, that type of thing. So it's pretty sad. People work very, very hard. So the life expectancy of a male is only 56 years old, and the female is 61. Pretty surprising. Again, because they work so hard, healthcare is so poor that they die. The other thing is there is no public health care. So if someone gets sick, number one, there's no health care in the area, so they have to go to the big city. It's very expensive, so they try to stay at home, and of course, with heart attacks, strokes, cancer, that type of thing, many of them die. Now, if you have an employer who pays for some of your health care, it's just that, some of your health care. The rest of it is up to you. So it's pretty sad. Some of the living conditions, the economy is very slow. We just did our laundry. We probably had 30 or 40 pieces, and it cost $12. It came back perfectly ironed, ready to go. So things are quite cheap here. If we go to dinner, it may cost us $4 or $5 for 2 full meals, including desserts and drinks. So there you go. So you can see the economy is quite poor in this area. And one of the most predominant sites that we've seen are the charcoal that's produced in the high country. The charcoal is used for heating and also for cooking. And the charcoal's price is dependent upon the type of wood that is purchased. Pine would be the cheapest. The hardwoods, of course, would be more expensive. One bag of charcoal will last about 2 to 3 weeks, depending on the size of the family. They put the charcoal in the bag and they stuff it with greenery on either side, kind of to hold it in when it's carried. The charcoal is made in kind of interesting way. They cut the wood into the size that they want and is cooked in the ground for 72 hours. And then it comes out, it's put in the bag, and then delivered to the local villages. Sometimes the people who deliver the charcoal will bike or walk or take their carts for up to 4 kilometers, 40 kilometers, I think they said in some cases, down the mountain to the villages. So it's not unusual to see the carts, people carrying it, and also bicyclists. So we'll show you a couple pictures of that as well. Okay, welcome back. Again, I want to thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our channel with Wi-Fi so poor. If you subscribe, you'll hear or get a notification that a new video is available. We'll keep videoing as much as we can and publish it as quickly as we can, depending on Wi-Fi. So hope you've enjoyed some of the observations for daily life in Madagascar. And we'll be back shortly with new stories and new photos. I think what's coming up next will be lemurs and chameleons. So stay tuned. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.